They say some days you're gonna win. They say some days you're gonna lose. I tell you, I got news for you. You're losing all the time, you never win. No. If you believe that's how it's gonna be, I better put you down. Get up, you take your butt, they're coming out on the ground. You gotta save me now. You better turn around. And I looked around. I was heading down on somebody throw me down the line. This is some days you gotta give. This is some days you gotta take. That's the way it's gotta be. Roll it over and you will see. The city streets are full of people going nowhere they can turn.
Get over here. Happy Thursday. 18th day of September does fall on it. We got a great show for all of you. Today, CJ Nasello, it's our daily show. RiverBender.com, Roku TV, Apple Podcasts, wherever you watch the show. The tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. Thanks for making it always a great start to my morning. But yeah, we got a great one. So coming up in a couple of minutes, 14, but who's counting? We're going to be talking to the Catholic Children's Home. They're going to join us and fill us in just on the latest. I haven't had them on the show ever, so really excited to welcome them in. And then at 10:10, I believe we're going to be talking to Sydney Sinks. I had to reschedule our interview with the State Street Trails to tomorrow. Really appreciate their patience on that. But Sydney might join us for 10:10 for Blog Talk. 10:35, we're talking all things Mississippi Earthtones Festival. And then we have another conversation at 9:40 today coming up and detailing this weekend's rally. So all that comes down the pipeline and more. In the meantime, here's what you need to know on this 18th day of September. Make sure you download the RiverBender.com app today, and you'll never miss out on your daily dose of everything local. We'll start off with positive news first. Angie Parrish is a teacher at Civic Memorial High School and has been named one of 50 Voya Unsung Hero awardees nationwide and is the only educator recognized from Illinois. Congratulations on the acknowledgement. Parrish teaches medical careers 1 and 2, offering students hands-on medical training and hospital shadowing experiences. Their innovative program allows students to explore healthcare careers by witnessing real-life medical procedures. Parrish received a $2,000 grant to enhance CPR training with new mannequins and AEDs. The medical careers classes have positively impacted the Bethalto community. With many graduates entering healthcare fields, Parrish continues to expand opportunities, including the potential collaboration with the University of Wisconsin. And we'll keep you updated if more details do roll out with that. But congratulations on such a great accolade. Also in the news today, 2 men, Nathaniel Smith, 34 of Alton, and 36-year-old Edwardsville resident Mian Mohamedust face Class 3 felony charges for aggravated battery after reportedly attacking each other on a Madison County Transit bus on August the 7th. Both men were also charged with disorderly conduct and have been released pre-trial. In a separate case, Noah Melcher of Edwardsville was charged with aggravated battery and 2 counts of domestic battery following alleged attacks on family members and biting a police officer's hand during the arrest. Melcher remains in custody pending his initial court appearance. This is part of our Madison County Roundup. Also in the news today, a Grafton family is receiving community support following the unexpected passing of their 2-month-old son, Colton Joseph Charles Wellhausen, who died in August 2025. On October the 4th from 6 to 10 p.m. at the Hog Pit in Grafton, a benefit featuring food, live music, and raffle baskets will be held to raise funds for Colton's parents, Paige and Blake. The couple, who recently purchased their first home and are grieving while caring for their 5-year-old daughter, will use the funds to cover bills and take time to heal. Colton was a cherished rainbow baby after previous miscarriages. The community aims to show the family they're not alone during this difficult time, offering both financial and emotional support. You can see more ways that you can support at the RiverBender.com news article, RiverBender/news. Also in the news today, the Madison County Sheriff's Office and Alton Police Department have recently received a generous donation from Mustache March for PD, a volunteer organization dedicated to supporting law enforcement and fostering positive community relationships. The contribution is being used to fund a third K-9 unit for the Sheriff's Office, enhancing their capabilities in public safety. Both agencies expressed gratitude towards the Mustache March for PD group, as well as the individuals, the families, and businesses whose donations made this possible. The partnership, it exemplifies the strong collaboration between law enforcement and the Riverbend community. We'll keep you updated as more of that Mustache March for PD funds and donations releases come to us, and we'll make sure we give them the recognition they deserve. Also in local sports, the Edwardsville High School boys soccer team, they've extended their unbeaten run against the Alton Redbirds to 21 games with a 4-0 victory at the Edwardsville District 7 Sports Complex. Despite the impressive streak, Edwardsville has approached the match with caution, recognizing Alton's strong work ethic and the depth challenges. The Tigers took a 1-0 halftime lead with a header from Zane Maxwell and doubled it early in the second half through Riley Johnson. Although Alton's goalkeeper Patrick Hennessy saved a penalty kick, Edwardsville pulled away late, scoring 2 more goals to secure their shutout. Alton fell to 4-5 overall in the year, 1-3 in the conference. Edwardsville is 5-5-1 overall and 2-2 in conference play. Finally, in the news today, the Land of Goshen Community Market in Edwardsville is celebrating Customer Appreciation Day this Saturday, September the 20th from 8 to noon. Attendees can enjoy special deals, gifts, and refreshments as a thank you to the community that supports the market year after year. The first 50 customers will receive a $5 voucher redeemable on any item, and everyone can enter a raffle to win a Goshen Market tote bag. Executive Director Ann Harrington praised a strong collaboration among vendors, volunteers, and customers that make the market a beloved staple event. The market, now in its 29th year, continues to support fresh, healthy, local produce and serves as a nonprofit helping underserved communities in Madison and St. Clair counties. With only 5 more market days left this season, Harrington encourages everyone to come out and enjoy the vibrant atmosphere and connect with local farmers and artisans. For more details, you can visit GoshenMarket.org or you can visit their Facebook page. Let's take a look at weather. We're finally out of the 90s, that's all I can tell you, but that air quality alert is still been extended and it will run until 8 p.m. this evening. If you are somebody that is in the at-risk category with asthma or some of those breathing difficulties, stay inside or limit your outdoor activities. Or if you can, work from home today. They're advising you to. For more information on this, you can visit cleanairstlouis.org or you can visit airnow.gov. Right now, 72 degrees, feels like 75 out there, but this day is going to get pretty interesting. Today, partly sunny and hot. The air quality will be unhealthy for sensitive groups, but chances of rain come in 1 or 2 spots this evening. Right now, air quality is at 73, which is moderate. That's why my head hurts so bad. Mold is up at 31,000, and ragweed's elevated too. Temperatures should reach right around 90 degrees today and drop down to 65 with that threat of thunderstorms. Rain is going to be in the horizon on Friday, though. Tomorrow, thunderstorms in the morning and throughout the afternoon in parts of the area, but we will see most of that rain tomorrow morning. Temperatures reach 83 degrees on Friday, drop down to 61 overnight as we head into Saturday. On Saturday, a high of 87, a low of 65. And on Sunday, a high of 79, a low of 65. And on Monday, we're getting more rain. Thunderstorms are predicted as we start our week throughout the morning and into mid to late afternoon. Temperatures on Monday reach 78, drop down to 64. That's a look at the next 5 days. Here's what's happening now. 72 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 75 out there. For time and temperature throughout the day, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, and return home. Hey, before we take a quick break, let me fill you in. It is that time of the year, and it really is a good time to start thinking about early bird clean and checks on your furnaces and your systems. And if you haven't done that in a while, well, why don't you call King Air Conditioning? I mean, they've been around for 50 years. They know what they're doing. And what I think is really great, too, they have a great, and I mean really good deal on systems right now. Full system installs, 60-month, 0% financing for qualifying customers, plus up to $2,000 $2,000 in federal tax credits are available for select equipment. So really reach out to King and see what you need. Plus, up to $900 in utility rebates for select equipment for specific utility customers. That offer, all of those for the $2,000 tax credit and that $900 in utility rebates, they run till the end of the year. But 60 months of 0% financing on full system installs for qualified customers, that offer ends in just 12 days. Get it by September the 30th. Plus, up to $2,100 in those Bryant Flex rebates. That offer ends November the 29th. The Early Bird Clean and Checks on Furnaces offer ends on Halloween, October the 31st. It's really a good time to start getting those things looked at before the weather starts getting really cold. And I know that we're still going to hit 90 today, but hear me out. In about a month, it's going to be 38 degrees when we're waking up, and you're going to want your heating, to work right. So go and get that checked out. Plus, every Bryant system install includes a 5-year labor warranty and a 10-year parts warranty. And again, that offer ends on September 30th. So make sure you join up and be a part of King, because I think it's so important to note that a percentage of every install will be donated to Riverbend Head Start's 18th annual Coat Drive for Kids. King Air Conditioning is always giving back. You need to stop by and see them, or just give them a call, 618-466-7574. That's 618-466-7574. KingAirConditioning.com. That's King Air Conditioning and Heating. 50 years in the Riverbend, and they're ready to get you right for the winter. We'll take a quick break. We'll take a look at downtown Alton and get this morning started right after this. See you in a few.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job. There's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget, and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
I didn't like coming back to no music. I messed up some typing here. It's been a Thursday morning to say the friggin' least, you know. Rodney, how are you doing over there, man?
How you doing?
Long time no see. How's everything been?
Everything's been going all right, you know.
Really cool. We got Justice and Michael in here too, guys. How are you doing?
We're doing pretty good.
I am.
Right.
I'm
doing good. I'm doing good.
Well, Catholic Children's Home, a wonderful organization, what you guys do for the community and have done for generation upon generation. It's great to really finally have you guys in the studio to do a really cool interview about this. And there's a couple of great things coming up, like an open house and an upcoming fundraiser. Where do we start?
We can start with the open house, which is September 27th, which is a week from Saturday. And it's from 8 to 1. And we're also going to have a pancake breakfast that morning. You're welcome to come by and have some pancake and sausage.
Really cool.
And omelets, yeah.
Really cool. And now take me through the open house. What are the sights and sounds of it?
Well, it starts with the pancake breakfast, and from there, we're just going to really open up the building. You know, we've been known for the people not knowing what's the orphanage on the hill does, and so we really wanted to give them an opportunity to come in and just see the building, check out the services, talk to our staff. We're going to have quite a few of our staff going to be present for that day, take some tours, and just get an overall view of what the Children's Home does today.
Well, I think it's really important that you guys showcase that off, because you're right, it's one of those buildings that we drive by so many times and forget about all the great work that's being done. And while we are on that topic, take me through some of the programs that you all provide for the community and for the children out there too.
Well, we have two main departments that work with children, and that's our residential department as well as our school department. Our school department's name is Center for Children to Heal and Achieve, and we call it that because it really is an opportunity for us to approach students that have had some difficulties in their prior educational settings, and we approach them holistically. I think it's unreasonable to think that a kid that is having difficulty at home or having some personal difficulty would be able to come to school and learn anything without everything being addressed. And so we try to approach things from that angle. And then we have the residential department. In the school department also, all those kids are bused in.
Okay.
As well as some of our kids that live there or go to school there as well. But most of those kids are bused in from surrounding communities, surrounding school districts. And then we have a residential department that consists of the McNicholas home, which is department that actually Rodney is the coordinator. Rodney's coordinator for residential altogether. So he is very heavily involved with the McNicholas home, which is established and which works with kids 11 to 18. And then Justice works in the program, our TLP program, the LIFT program.
That's what I was going to ask about. Yeah,
and the TLP is Transitional Living Program. And those young men are 17 and a half to 21. And so they can,
Can we talk about the LIFT program real quick? Because I think this is so important and really such a crucial time in everybody's life. Justice, fill me in on this.
Yeah, so we got guys 17 through 21, just helping them learn skills to live independently and get them back in the community of their choice.
Really cool.
So, and they come from all throughout the state. And that's kind of what we do. We just kind of teach them life skills and then get them back to where they want to go. So.
What are some of those life skills that they could be learning?
Opening a bank account.
Gotcha.
But I really got to meet them where they're at. Some kids might have to learn how to do laundry. It really just depends on the youth. But really just getting them to a point where they can live independently on their own.
How long have you been a part of the program?
Probably 6 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, take me through some of the lives you've been able to connect with and see succeed through this program.
Yeah, so I've had guys who came in who didn't know how to do laundry. Let's use that for example. And then turn around 2-3 years later, they're buying their first car.
Yeah.
Moving into their own apartment. We've had kids come from different countries
Wow.
and transition and live independently in this country. So it's a vast range of guys that we get, and we just meet them where they're at and try to get them where they want to go. So
it's incredible, and I think that it's really just great that you guys have that program, because so many times it seems like that age group is so many times forgotten, and a lot of things. But with you guys being there to support them and being there for that transition is really huge. And Rodney, going into residential, take me through your day to day and some of the things that you're able to provide and witness too.
Oh man, I mean, starting with residential, I mean, you get kids that come in that are 11 years old. So a lot of people have to come to realization that they have to be a father figure, a mother figure, or something for these children, because these children live here. That is their house. They don't, some of them have visits, but most of them, they live in the building 24/7. So we have to keep it home-like as much as possible. So that's what we try to offer, a family-like atmosphere. And I feel like the staff are like family, so we, do that with the children to make sure they're comfortable while they're with us. And we try to help them get to the next stage in their life. Hopefully, if we can get them adopted or back to family, that's our goal, So it's a challenge. It takes a special person to deal with, some of the things that you see that our kids are faced with. And it makes you look at your life and see how good, or if you thought you had it bad, how bad things could possibly be, because these kids have experienced a lot of trauma.
Well, and we talked about this before, and I think so many times people, especially in my group of friends, or even just in the professional circles, it's one of those things. If you don't see it, you don't recognize it, or don't realize how much of an issue it is really here locally. You just think, oh, those are a few national stories throughout the year, or that's just a few cases. But whenever you actively invest your time and you're working with these children, you see this. It's I'm sure an eye opener on so many levels, and that perspective that you get while you're working with them too. It's really just it's such a fascinating relationship that you all share with the children, and they share with you too.
Well, yeah, and Justice mentioned a couple of times meeting the youth where they are, where they're at, and a lot of times we as adults, we look at, they come in, they may be 12 or they may be 17, and we automatically think because they're 17 they have a base of knowledge or a base of skills that a lot of our kids don't have. And so we have to really sometimes dial it back and meet them at the level in which they're presenting with us, and then help them get along and help them gain the skills to be able to do the things, the self-help skills. And like Justice mentioned before, a lot of our kids come and you would think at 17 and a half, they would have the appropriate skill level to just perform daily activities like hygiene. Yeah. And a lot of times they don't. So, rather than them, making them feel bad about that, we go where they are and teach them those skills firsthand, because it's really about, them gaining that independence to know that they can do it. A lot of our kids come to the children's home and they don't really haven't seen a lot of successes. Yeah. And so it's very important to acknowledge that, they're capable, and they're able to be successful in anything they really put their mind to and they really devote their time to. And that goes, along the way with even the kids in residential. Rodney just mentioned they've experienced a lot of trauma, a lot of our kids. And so we really do take things from a very trauma-informed approach, because a lot of kids, a lot of people, they kind of get stuck where that trauma occurred. And so the wonderful thing that I've experienced at the children's home is I'm able to give them that hurdle help, and not just the kids, but sometimes the staff, give them that hurdle help to get past or to work with within, to get through whatever trauma they've experienced.
Well, and I think that it's such a great approach, because if you have an entire lifetime of dealing with trauma or dealing with negative situations or negative outlooks or just, constant conflicts, the last thing you need is more, of the degrading. You need to be supported at that time, and you need to be met where you're at. And I just think that's such an important point, because you get left out that way, and then you develop the wrong way, and you develop in maybe a more hateful path, and not one that you see that support system. Do you guys have a moment to take a break with me? Yes. We'll come back and talk about the open house some more, and the fundraiser, and ways that you can donate, volunteer, and be a part of the Catholic Children's Home. 928, Little Bit of Change. More Daily Show next.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
9:30 on the nose. Welcome back, Daily Show on a Thursday. It doesn't feel like a Thursday at all. I'm kind of lost in the week here. We're back with Rodney, Michael, and Justice in the Catholic Children's Home, and it's really, I'm glad we got to talk a little bit about those services that y'all provide, and really just a little bit more about what y'all see every day too, because I feel like if we don't talk about it, we don't raise that awareness, then people do sometimes forget, the importance of donating to what you guys do and supporting and volunteering. And are volunteer opportunities still available and all of that good stuff?
Yes, we do still have volunteer opportunities. We also have an advisory board that we're in looking for members to be a part of as well. Mm-hmm. So there are opportunities there.
How do we reach out or learn more?
You can either call 618-465-3594, and you can do extension 235, and that directly ties them into my department, which is administrative department, and either speak with me or Deanna. We can get the information out to you. Or you can, if you'd like to donate, you can mail your donation to 1400 State Street, Alton, Illinois, 62002.
Really cool. And 501c3?
Yes, we are 501c3.
This is where I come in. Uncle Sam is getting ready to ask you for your tax money. So just remember, as you're looking at Q4 and we're wrapping up for the year, you might need to get some more donations in. And that's where I always come in, because we got a $10,000 check getting on this show one time. You never know. Wow. You never know. And I always throw it out there.
Well, we would gladly accept that.
I'm just saying, if someone's watching today and wants to make that same donation, it would make me very, very happy. And when it comes to this open house and pancake breakfast, I think it's important. Saturday, September the 27th, 8 a.m. until 10, you can have the breakfast and then tour the facility?
Yes. And, well, you can tour the facility all the way till 1. We just stop breakfast at 10.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And now, do we need to RSVP or register ahead of time?
Oh, no, just come on in. Come on up
really
to the front
cool.
door, and we'll have someone there to greet you and go from there.
Wonderful. And now, what's filming in on this Friendsgiving ball?
This is our first ever Friendsgiving
This is cool.
ball. Yes, and it's going to be kind of organized as an adult prom. We want people to get dressed up. We want the women to come out in their ball gowns, and men get, put their ties and tuxes on if they have one or if they can get one. We're going to have a silent auction. You can come out, and we're going to have an opportunity for you to buy your beautiful date a corsage and get yourself a boutonniere.
Nice.
We're also going to have an opportunity for people to dance, because we know there's a whole lot dancers out there that just don't get the opportunity to dance as much as they want, so we want to provide that for them.
Have you ever seen The Jerk with Steve Martin?
Yeah.
That's how I dance. That's how I
Well, there's going to be place for you to do that there.
Out in the parking lot, No. With that being said, what date is that on again?
That's November 22nd. That's the Saturday before Thanksgiving.
Really cool. And now, how do we sign? Do we need to get tickets for this ahead of time?
Yes, and the same way you would do a donation, you can call and we can get you tickets if you need tickets.
Really cool. Well, before I let you guys go, what else should we talk about? Anything else we should promote or drive home today?
No, just again for the open house. We really want you to come out so that you can get an understanding of what we do.
Yeah.
And we are really the hidden treasure in Alton.
I agree.
And we provide a lot of services to the kids and families. And so come on through, see the building. I know a lot of people have passed by the building and wondered what happens inside that building. So come on by. And get the chance to see firsthand what's going on in the field.
And then please, if you can, help Catholic Children's Home, help area children and kids with all aspects of life with that transitionary group in the program, the residential services, the education services, and then all the other services that are provided. We'll link that in a write-up on RiverBender.com. It's $9.35, a little bit of change, and make sure we get you hooked up for, what is that, the 27th? I'm going to be hungry that day. I just want to make sure I don't get breakfast first.
Hey, you know what's going to be? Pancakes, sausage, and an omelet.
I'm in.
Come on out and get your breakfast on.
Wait, how much is this to go in?
Come on in, have breakfast.
Oh, so that's a big fat zero. It's free to stop on in and have some great breakfast. That's the call to action for you. 9:36, a little bit of change. Daily show continues on this Thursday next.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelmarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
To have that, and for the first time, I'm just going to kind of break the fourth wall here. I don't have my booking sheet, so we're going to have fun.
That's okay.
So we're going to have fun together. And really, good morning. Happy Tuesday to you. Thanks for joining the show.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I love being here, so thank you.
Well, it's really an exciting couple of weeks and really just an exciting month all the way around. I know that there's some citywide recognition that's getting ready to happen, I know, with the mayor, and I know the festival's coming up as well. But where should we start on this? Let's kind of dive right in here.
Yeah, well, we can start with Yesterday was the official first day of Hispanic Heritage Month.
Cool.
And it goes from September 15th to October 15th. Kind of a weird time, but that's usually when some of our Hispanic countries, when their Independence Day starts, so hence why it starts in the middle of the month. But we actually yesterday were in downtown St. Louis, and we did a flag raising with Mayor Spencer. So it went really well. We had community leaders out there and, raised the Hispanic Heritage flag up around 9:30 yesterday. So it was really wonderful.
Well, and now take me through what this this month means, for not only yourself, but also, for everybody that celebrates and has this heritage, especially right here in St. Louis, which is so prolific.
Exactly. So it's really important, and we love celebrating our culture. I mean, while it's, Hispanic Heritage Month, we like to say, we celebrate our heritage all year round. But what we really try to do during this month is highlight it more, especially for those who are not Hispanic and not of our culture, because I think it's a good time to go ahead and expose those to be honest, to different subcultures.
Yeah.
There's so many subcultures to the Hispanic community. So it's really important. We love doing it. We love celebrating it. And I think what's one of the things that we really love is, yesterday we did the Hispanic Heritage flag, raised that in St. Louis City. Actually, last Friday, we raised it in St. Louis County. And the Hispanic Heritage flag actually is something that we created about 2 years ago here in St. Louis.
Wow.
By a local artist, Jose Garza. At the time, the city of St. Louis was willing to put up a flag for Hispanic Heritage Month, but as we were looking around, there was no flag.
What?
So I know, it's crazy. So with support from Regional Arts Commission, we were able to put together some focus groups, and we came out with a flag. So last week and yesterday in this greater St. Louis area, we raised it, and we look forward to raising it actually across the country. And usually in Illinois, it gets raised in Fairmont City also.
Oh, wow. And rightfully so. And before we go any further, can I ask you a little bit about the design of the flag, just for folks that maybe aren't too familiar with it?
Yeah, so it is, it represents prosperity. It represents, family, roots, things like that. One thing, and it's got a pyramid looking mountain design through the middle. And what's great about that, and that signifies the mountains that go from South America all the way up to the Rockies, and how we're all connected.
Cool.
One way or the other, South America, North America. So there's a lot of significance behind it. It's a beautiful flag. Jose Garza, who designed it, is an educator himself at the Kemper Museum at WashU, and he did a great job.
Well, and honestly, I just think it's such a really good thing to talk about. And I think it's so fascinating to talk about it here in St. Louis, because it's a melting pot of so many great cultures. And I think it's amazing how countywide and especially in the city, there's such great groups that do so many great and important things and assets and bring them to the communities. But also with this, you hit on something earlier that I think is so important, and that's exploring different cultures and being a part of them and being welcoming. And I think that this is what this festival does so well. In your position, take me through being able to kind of sit back and watch, the celebration of Hispanic culture, but also the welcomingness of it from others that are really ready to experience that too.
I actually grew up in the 80s here in St. Louis. So growing up, our community was so small and so tiny. You knew other Spanish-speaking families. You knew everybody because there were only so many. And as I've gotten older and time's gone by, more and more Hispanic families have moved here, be it, most of the time it's because of jobs, or moving, closer with family who are already here. So it's been really exciting over 20, 30 years, really watching how, a celebration of maybe, so many people, a few hours, to now we're talking about several events a year, but this weekend being the best and biggest, which is 3 days full of Hispanic celebrations. And when we talk about the subcultures, I mean, a lot of people, when they think Hispanic or Latino, they think Mexican, and that's a huge part of our community and our culture. But there's so many other things. Myself, I'm Bolivian, so I didn't grow up on tacos or burritos. I grew up on, they're called salteñas, they're like empanadas, and I grew up on rice and chicken. I grew up on different things other than tacos, but every country has something a little bit different. So, Panama is different than Ecuador. Every country has, something different, something, to offer that's different.
I just think it's really cool that there's just having everybody come together and offer their culture up and really experience that for the greater public. I think it's really cool, and to have that really immersive experience is what really ties us all together. And I want to talk about the festival, but I want to wrap up with that because this is really important too. And that's about the support that you guys give for underprivileged youth through scholarships and the work you do all year round. Can we talk a little bit about that work before we talk about the festival and wrap up with it?
Yeah, one of the, other than, of course, exposing our community to the culture, Hispanic and non-Hispanic communities, we also want to give back to our community on top of that. So we do different things like we just awarded about $8,000 in college scholarships in July. That was exciting. Then around the holidays, we adopt families who can't afford everything that they need for Christmas. And then one of our big community outreach events is called Dia de los Reyes, which is Three Kings Day. That happens in January. And that's where we go down to Cherokee Street and we partner with El Chico Bakery, the first first Mexican bakery on Cherokee Street. Wow. And we hand out toys, free coats, free shoes, free groceries.
That's
all kinds
awesome.
Of free things. Yeah. So we want to give back. We want to give back to the community who also honestly supports us as well.
Well, and now how can the public, can we support you on this endeavor?
Oh, definitely. Of course. We always suggest going to our website, HispanicFestivalSTL.com. Our events are listed there. There's ways to contact us there, but we're always looking for volunteers. That's probably our number one thing, other than funding, of course. But, manpower is just as important as funding. And if people have, a few hours to spare, we'll take it. We'll take it this weekend also. So, yes.
Absolutely. And honestly, I wanted to ask that so we can link it in the article, and maybe we can get a few more folks in Illinois to join your wonderful organization and be a part of it. Now, getting into this event, take me through the nuts and bolts of these 3 days of fun, September 19th through the 21st.
Yeah, so Friday, we're starting off actually with a focus on education. So we actually have about 500 students coming through on Friday, about 10 to 1, but it's open to everybody. We have kids who are homeschooled or parents who still have some kids home, they come down, but we have a program set up where we have different stations throughout the festival and they can visit each station. We actually give them, we call it a Loteria card, which is like Mexican bingo, like a Mexican bingo card where they can go to different stations and play games that they play in South America. They can do a piñata. They can make crafts. They can learn how to salsa. There's all different things that they can do. But Friday during the day is a big focus on education. Yeah.
Really cool.
And then Friday night, super excited. We're having a Bad Bunny theme night with some local DJs. Nice. And, he is... obviously Bad Bunny's super popular right now, but also, his whole way of thinking is right in line with what we are, being modern and current, but at the same time preserving the culture. So, and we love that. And I think our community loves that as well. And, I think everyone in general loves Bad Bunny. So
he's a heck of a pro wrestler too.
He's amazing. So we are excited to have that theme night on Friday night and that'll kick off until, for Saturday and Sunday, which is the rest of the weekend will be live Latino bands, folkloric dancers, about 100 booths, food from different countries, artisans, children's activities will be free. We'll also have a resource tent. So some of our local cultural organizations and nonprofits who really work with the community, they'll be tabling at our event to hand out information. But I think one of the big draws this Saturday is Her name's Brenda K. Starr. She had a hit in the 80s, 90s. And so she'll be there this Saturday evening. She's actually Puerto Rican, and she did 1 or 2 songs in English, but while she will do those, because those were very well known, her set will be all salsa music otherwise. So we're really excited to have her.
That's awesome. And while I have you, I know that in my notes here that there are a couple of Dia de los Muertos events coming down the pipeline too. You want to put a bug in our ear for those?
Yes. So Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. So those have really, become a little bit more popular, and people really want to know about it. And just so people know, it's a time where we honor our loved ones who have passed, but it's more of a celebratory, more of a positive rather than sadness kind of event. So on Saturday, October 25th, we're doing a Dia de los Muertos block party in Clayton with the city of Clayton. All activities free: face painting, we'll have a pet altar, a community altar, some food, live music, dancing. So that'll be fun. And then November 1st and 2nd, we'll be at the Missouri History Museum as well. And something similar, but there'll be activities inside and outside. And we'll have about 10 to 12 monstrous altars set up, made by local community members or artists. So really excited for that. And of course, food, music, face painting, crafts, all kinds of things to do then too. And then we also partnered with the Missouri Botanical Garden. So Saturday, November 8th, that'll be more educational. So, that'll be just a few hours. But, between the monarch butterflies and, flowers, there's a lot of significance with Day of the Dead. And so we're going to do something more educational there.
If it's cool, I'd love to set up another time to talk with you, just to have a maybe an extended conversation about Day of the Dead and really just kind of talk a little bit more about it, if it's okay.
Yes, I would love to.
We'll have to set that up through James and make sure we can find that time ahead of it, okay?
Sounds good.
We're going to link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com so you guys can stay up to date and not miss out on these really great events and activities, and really just learn more. If it's not your culture, learn more about another culture. Celebrate this with the whole community. It's going to be so much fun. We'll see you there September 19th through the 21st, and then we'll be back, and we have to talk more about Day of the Dead and the other great events in Clayton. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? What's good, my guy? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is Dwight Wirtz, president of Wirtz Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. Dwight has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Barbecue. Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. 9:52. I've never really come back with reggae before. You know, it's hard to kind of match the beat when you say welcome back on something like that. We're back in with Michelle, and coming up on this Saturday, September the 20th, 9 a.m. is going to be at the Visitor Center in Downtown Alton is the Charlie Rally, and I really appreciate your time in joining us today, Michelle, and filling us in on this. It's been a rough couple of weeks, to say the least, for the country, and you know, right off the bat, what led for you to start this rally?
I was asked by Matthew Morales, actually, if I wanted to be part of a rally. And him and I just went back and forth and started putting it together. And it just took off. And everybody just started reaching out. And now we have an army running it, not me.
Well, it seems like there's a lot of interest already for this event. Do you guys have a ballpark of how many you expect to be at this rally?
He thinks about 300, and I said around 400, so I guess we're guessing pretty close to the same.
Well, and one thing that I thought was very interesting and interesting to say the least is that, you know, the sign for peace and the call for it that you've made in these posters and everything else. What was was that a specific point you wanted to make as well to let the public, you know, kind of realize this isn't really, because to me it doesn't seem like a political rally. It seems like this is truly a rally behind Charlie Kirk and his message.
Yes, I am so thankful you said that. I just want everyone to know that it's not a political rally at all. I mean, it's all about freedom of speech and being able to come together for a gathering and celebrate his life and mourn his death and keep his voice alive and just fight for freedom of speech and not be killed for it.
Well, and what do you hope the public takes away from the event on Saturday when they show up and are a part of this?
That's a good question. I think everybody's going to take different things away from it. And the only reason why I reflect on that, because I think about when I go to church and I take certain things. Right. So I think I hope people take away that they will be motivated to speak up still, that they still won't be silenced, that they'll have hope and just you know, overcome some of the mourning and that they continue to keep his voice alive. I want them motivated too.
Well, and see, that's what I was following along online the last couple of days, just because it grew just the way it did, the information about it, and then folks talking about this rally. And one of the things I just wanted to make clear is, you know, there was a line that you put in your flyer that said, "Let's blow up this town with love." And just to clarify, just because I have seen that, you mean that in nothing but a positive tone, correct?
Absolutely. I'm so glad you said that, because I think that's the only way that we're ever going to unite. Mm-hmm. You have to look for the one thing that you love about someone, regardless of anything else you don't like about someone. And if you focus on that one thing and if you just look for it, then I think that's what's going to get us all through this and pull us back together.
Well, and, you know, with that being said, you're asking folks to line up on the sidewalks along Pison Broadway, the public sidewalks of this. And now, is there going to be any speeches or anything, or more just of a collective gathering?
We have planned out where we have a pastor coming that's going to give an opening prayer. And then following that, we have someone that's going to sing. And I can't give everything away, but we have a speech prepared. We also have possibly open mic time for people to come up and bear their testimony or anything that they want to say too, because they get to speak too, and it's all about just keeping the opportunity open and having free speech.
Absolutely. Do you got a moment to take a break with me?
Sure.
We'll come back and talk a little bit more about it. We'll break for top of the hour now, 9:59, a little bit of change. We'll come back with more details on this Saturday's rally, and we'll come back with more conversations. You stay there, and we'll be here on RiverBender and Roku.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. 10:01 on the nose. Not even a second going by that one. We're back with Michelle. The Charlie Rally, 9 to 12. This is on Saturday, September the 20th. This is going to take place in front of the Visitor Center in downtown Alton. And that's just for the folks that were maybe disconnected. You were trying, we talked before you came on the air, and you were trying to get permissions and all of this, and now just finding the proper way and the public way to do it, because it seemed like you weren't getting enough response, or it just seemed like there was a disconnect there.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, and so that way the public just notes that as well, that it is the public sidewalk in front of it. And now for parking, where should we park where do you advise the public to park for that if they're interested in attending?
Well, there's a public parking place that has approximately, 75 to 100 places. And it is right in front of the Mississippi Festival mural on the building. It's you can see it from the Visitor Center. It's right there on 3rd Street. And that's a good place to open. Otherwise, just stay in public parking spots like you would, if you attend a block party.
Okay. And now, is it just going to be the rally? Is there any march or anything planned afterwards for this? Just because I saw on the flyer, it said we're going to kind of go through downtown Alton. Is it just going to stay in that one spot for the public to know?
Well, we will try to, but we're not sure. We're, a lot of things are planned, but at the end of the day, you can't plan it all.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it turns out.
Absolutely. And then I just, wanted to go back into this because whenever we spoke, and that's why I really wanted to do this interview, it was you weren't coming at it from a political angle at all. You were doing this really just out of a time where in your heart, when we were talking, that it just felt like there was a lot of violence and, the freedom of speech aspect of it, being violated. And so to do this, and I think you've done a really good job of letting the public know that, hey, this isn't about where you're voting on the ballot box. This is about coming together for this specific cause.
Right.
And that's really good to drive home too.
Yeah. And I wanted to do this because Charlie, watching him speak, not his debates, that was just, him winning a game. But when he spoke at other times, he made me want to be a better person.
Well, and the thing is too, on top of that, and there was times where I've seen, debate things come up from him, and I didn't agree with all of it. But the problem, the good thing is that's what our country was founded on, was that right to civilly debate each other and, and to engage the youth in that. And so we had a couple of questions coming in. Do we need to bring anything for the rally or signs appropriate? What do you advise the public on that when it comes to what to bring to this event?
I want everything peaceful, so please be respectful when you make your signs. I also am going to have signs that people can, where people can make their own, and I'm bringing some of those. But I really want everyone to pick up their trash. Or not leave any behind. Yeah. I would like to just be respectful, and also please stay away from the Lincoln and Douglas Square.
Oh yeah,
and for the Trumpers, anti-Trumpers, but also for just respect for the historical site. I mean, I just want to, because if we have a lot of people, it could get damaged or whatever. I just don't want that to happen.
Well, and I think that's a good note to make too, because there was, and we can talk about that as we wrap up, that the anti-Trump rally or anti-Trump protest is going to be starting, I believe, an hour before yours is scheduled to conclude. And just a point that I'm glad that you made, that, stay away, let them have their space, and you guys have yours. Is that kind of the message on that?
Yes, please. And don't respond to each other. If someone speaks out, just don't respond. And then hopefully we can get through this and in a peaceful way.
And now, are shirts available for this event, or is it just bring our own white shirts? Are there going to be specific event shirts for this?
So I am not selling anything. I did not condone to sell anything, but there are people who have stepped up to make things, and they might be, but I have no part of any of that. I am not profiting from any of this. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's people out there making hats, making shirts. I've seen it. So, but otherwise you just come in a white shirt, because I wanted that for peace and just be peaceful.
Absolutely. And once again, that's 9 to noon.
Yes.
And there's going to be a testimonial, a pastor will be there as well. Some music will be played. And Michelle, is there anything else to talk about on this?
No.
Okay.
I'm good.
We'll take a quick break. It's 10:05, a little bit of change. We'll come back with more conversations on this Thursday morning after this one. Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
Plenty of car dealers, plenty of options for people to choose from. What's your formula for success, right?
Number one, you got to have a good bank, you have a good team, and you got to have loyal customers. It takes all three of those in order to make something work.
Yeah. In a town like the size of ours, a good relationship with our customers is very important. You want them to know this is a place to come, just like you guys want people to know Carrollton Bank's a place to come.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
What's up? It's my Keith. What's up, bro? What's good, my guy? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it.
This is Libby Coombs. Libby was a math major who graduated from Lewis and Clark in 2010. She's a math teacher and the girls golf coach at Edwardsville High School. She even has her LC diploma in her classroom and always tells her students how life-changing Lewis and Clark was for her.
I'm Libby Coombs, and I'm a trailblazer.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Why do you drink? Hey, why do you roll smoke? Why must you live out the songs that you wrote? If I'm down in a honky-tonk, some old slick's trying to give me friction, I say leave me alone, I'm singing all night long. It's a family tradition.
Back! Daily Show. 10 o'clock hour rolls around the corner. It's 10:10, a little bit of change on this Thursday. Here's what you need to know. Make sure you sign up for that daily email update. You'll never miss out. You can join myself and well over 100,000 people that are in the know each and every day of the work weekend on Saturdays with that daily email update. Plus, download the RiverBender.com app today. Coming up in the 10 o'clock hour, we're talking to Sarah and the Mississippi Earthtones Festival. We're going to get all the details ahead of the big day. Plus, we didn't have a chance this year to talk about it. It just fell through the cracks. Things like that happen. But want to give a big shout out to Tammy Smith. The annual Sickle Cell Awareness Walk is set for this Saturday at Rock Springs Park. A precious organization. They do wonderful work, and I love every time they come on the show. If you have a chance to support them this Saturday, we highly encourage you to go out there. I do personally myself as well, and be a part of that wonderful walk. Top of the hour news now. Here's what you need to know. A Grafton family is receiving community support following the unexpected passing of their 2-month-old son, Colton Joseph Charles Wellhausen, who died in August of this year. On October the 4th, from 6 to 10 p.m. in the Hog Pit in Grafton, a benefit featuring food, live music, raffle baskets will be held to raise funds for Colton's parents, Paige and Blake. The couple, who recently purchased their first home, are grieving. They're caring for their 5-year-old daughter. They're going to use these funds to cover bills and take some time to heal. Colton was a cherished rainbow baby after previous miscarriages. The community aims to show the family they're not alone during this difficult time, offering both financial and emotional support. If you would like to be a part of that help as well, you can see more information at RiverBender.com/news. The Southern Illinois chapter of the American Guild of Organists has awarded its 2025 scholarships to 2 talented young musicians. Here's what we know. 13-year-old Eve Curtis of Warden and 12-year-old Micah Christowiak of Edwardsville each received $750 to support their organ studies covering instruction, literature, and membership benefits. Eve, with 9 years of piano and 2 years of organ experience, also plays the violin and performs regularly at church. Micah, a repeat recipient, has 7 years of piano and 4 years of organ study and serves as a church musician. Both students are praised for talent, dedication, and eagerness to learn. The AGO chapter continues to foster young local organists through these awards. You can see a full write-up, RiverBender.com/news. In an interesting story, 2 local men, Nathaniel Smith, 34 of Alton, and 36-year-old Edwardsville resident Bian Mahamdust, faced Class 3 felony charges for aggravated battery after reportedly attacking each other on a Madison County Transit bus on August the 7th. Both were charged with disorderly conduct and have been released pre-trial. Now, in a separate case, a part of our Madison County roundup, 18-year-old Noah Melcher of Edwardsville was charged with aggravated battery and 2 counts of domestic battery following alleged attacks on family members and biting a police officer's hand during arrest. Melcher remains in custody pending his initial court appearance. Also in the news today, the Madison County Sheriff's Office and Alton Police Department have recently received a generous donation from Mustache March 4 PD, a volunteer organization dedicated to supporting law enforcement and fostering positive community relationships. We've had them on the show multiple times, a wonderful group. The contribution is being used to fund a 3rd K-9 unit for the Sheriff's Office, enhancing their capabilities for public safety. Both agencies express gratitude towards Mustache March for PD as well as the individuals, families, and businesses whose donations made this possible. The partnership, it exemplifies the strong collaboration local law enforcement and community groups like Mustache March have right here in the Riverbend area. Finally, in the news today, the Mississippi Earthtones Festival is set to return to the amphitheater this Saturday from noon to 10 p.m. Now in its 19th year, this free community event features 25 environmental exhibits, 95 eco-friendly artists, and 10 food vendors, drawing around 5,000 attendees is what they expect. The 2025 festival theme, Bloom Where You're Planted, showcases local art installations and interactive activities celebrating the river and conservation. Highlights include live musical performances, hands-on art experiences, and sustainable food options, plus educational booths from conservation groups. The event promotes environmental awareness while offering fun for all ages, with volunteer opportunities and a river paddle concluding the festivities. You can see more details on that at the news story, or just wait 20 minutes. And Sarah will be on and company, and we'll get all the details then. That's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend on this 18th day of September. Let's take a look at weather. Thank you. 79 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 85. Today's not going to be a fun one until tonight rolls around. Partly sunny, hot, and humid. That air quality alert has been issued until 8 p.m. tonight. If you're having respiratory problems, or do you have problems with breathing, or if you're an older adult, have young children, or have the option to telecommute, not work in the office today, work from home, please do so. You can learn more at cleanairstlouis.com or by visiting airnow.gov. Today, partly sunny, hot, and that air quality will be unhealthy for sensitive groups. Tonight, partly cloudy with a thunderstorm and spots throughout the area. And man, that air quality is just getting worse by the minute. Right now, clocking in at 74, which is moderate. Grass is low, mold is high, and ragweed's moderate too. Tree levels are starting to creep up there, and the UV index is high today. Take a Claritin. You're going to need it. Temperatures reach 92 degrees today, drop down to 63 overnight. But that's it. No more 90s. I got you covered. On Friday, a high of 80, a low of 61. Thunderstorms predicted throughout the morning. They should taper off into the afternoon with a lingering spot shower, spot thunderstorm possible Friday night. On Saturday, a high of 87, a low of 65. On Sunday, a high of 79, a low of 65. And then on Monday, we're going to get more thunderstorms throughout the day, a high of 77, a low of 64. We're almost at official fall, folks. We're getting there. That's a look at the next 5 days. Here's what's happening now, my friends. It's 79 degrees in downtown Alton. It don't feel like it. It feels like 85 out there. For time and temperature throughout the day, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, Return Home. You can also stay up to date in real time all the time by going to RiverBender.com/weather. All righty. While I have you, I got to do some business if that's okay. I wanted to fill you in real quick. This is something I was just learning about. We're going to get Dan on the show, keep trying to get him scheduled, but let me fill you in on this business called The Flag Keeper. I mean, we all know Dan's garage door, but let me fill you in on The Flag Keeper here. This is really great product, commercial and residential flags made right here in the good old US of A, family owned and operated, from flags, accessories, flagpole kits, and more. And honestly, what I think so great is that large selection and the fact that you can get custom flagpoles or those custom configurations. They'll take care of that flag for you and tailor make it so it fits what you need. You know, it's always about getting a made in the United States flag. I mean, I've never seen a bigger oxymoron in my life. You go and 4th of July comes around, we all have those little flags and we're waving them, and then you look at the bottom of it and it says made in China. Makes sense. No, it doesn't. Go to theflagkeeper.com, get a made in the USA, family-owned and operated American flag, get your flagpole kit, get your accessories, get your flags, show off your American pride, and you can learn more at theflagkeeper.com. Flagkeeper.com, and don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. Quick break, more Daily Show after this.
Don't drink whiskey. I don't know how it feels to hurt. Goodbye. Wish I could say I miss you. Oh, but you know I never lie.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? What's good, my guy? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it.
This is Dwight Wirtz, president of Wirtz Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. Dwight has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999.
Never had. I've never had that happen. I don't know. Damn, just died on the vine, didn't it? 10:20, a little bit of change. Daily show on a Thursday morning. Glad to have you here. And glad that you guys are always tuning in for this show. So I want to give you a brief news update, and then we're going to go into a conversation and then talk to Sarah. But Dalton Brown does a great job of covering this. An attempt to override Godfrey Mayor Mike McCormick's veto of that village-wide 1% grocery tax was unsuccessful on Tuesday night after much discussion and debate. After an item to reconsider the mayor's veto on that grocery tax received a 3-3 vote, which fell short of the 2/3 supermajority needed for it to pass. Voting to uphold that veto were trustees Karen McAtee, Sarah Woodman, and Gerard Fisher, while trustees Lauschke, Fisher, and Lombardi voted to override the mayor's veto. Godfrey differs from most local communities, which have voted to implement locally collected 1% sales taxes on groceries to offset major revenue losses once a state-level grocery tax expires next year. Instead, trustees voted in July to approve a 0.75% general sales tax increase in an effort to more fairly split the tax burden between village residents and its visitors. Village board members then voted on September the 2nd to pass that grocery tax ordinance, which would have been implemented on top of the already passed general sales tax increase. Citing concerns of overtaxing residents, McCormick promptly announced the following morning that he would veto that grocery tax ordinance, the first veto of his 4-term tenure. Lauschke has repeatedly stated in past meetings that allowing the grocery tax to expire would be a mistake without passing a replacement tax ahead of the October 1st deadline. He reiterated these and other concerns at Tuesday's meeting, adding that he sounds like, quote, a broken record. Following the board's 3-3 vote, the mayor's veto remains in place, and Godfrey will move forward with that 0.75 general sales tax increase instead of replacing the expiring state tax on groceries in 2026. A full recording of the Godfrey Village Board meeting available at RiverBender.com/video under the government tab. And while I have you, that's a great note. We are carrying so many city council meetings now, it's not even funny. From Edwardsville, Bethalto, Alton, Godfrey, you name it, we have it, from Grafton all the way down. And we really hope that you utilize those and be a part of the civic conversation from your local communities with your daily dose of local. Hey, while I have you, coming down the pipeline, this was a great conversation, and I didn't promote it right. Remember yesterday I made the bonehead move, I gotta be nice, I can't curse on my show, I completely booked Alton area landmarks on the wrong day. So I want to give them some more love before Sarah joins us. That 53rd annual historic home tour starts soon. More details now.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com. Daily Show on this Tuesday. Back in with now friend of the show, and you are really a friend of the show at this point, are you? You were just in a couple of days ago, and how did that presentation turn out?
It was wonderful. We had Family Album that was shown down at Hainer with Gene King made this movie. Fabulous. We had a great turnout. People loved it.
Well, and I'm glad it turned out really well. And Terry, I'm glad to have you in as well with the Alton Area Landmarks Association, a group that I've heard a lot about, but haven't had you on the show yet. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for having us.
So fill me in on what the group's all about.
Well, this is this year we're having our 53rd house tour, and that's about as long as the organization's been going too. We've been having a house tour almost every year. I think we only missed 1 year, and so 53 years we've been going. And the house tours are a way of getting people into Alton and getting them on streets and neighborhoods maybe they haven't been on before, and seeing historic homes. One of the basic tenets is that the way to save houses in Alton is to get people to come and buy them and live here and move here.
Yeah.
And so that's a big thrust of the house tours, to get people to come to and enjoy the house tour.
Absolutely. And now for $15, I mean, who wouldn't be able to enjoy that, you know?
Where can you go for $15 for an afternoon of fun?
This is fantastic. And now, how can folks become a member of the AALA?
You can go to our website, Alton landmarks.org, and you can both buy a ticket for the house tour, and you can join the organization. And we have a monthly newsletter that goes out that you get, and you'll find out about all. There's going to be a seminar coming up here soon about tax relief for people who own historic homes that people can go to. And
wow,
we'll let you know about that's going to be coming up. I think on the 8th of October there'll be more information coming out about that. We sponsor a winter lecture series with the library, 3 Saturdays in one in January, February, and March that we sponsor. They're free. So we try to do things that involve people and get them interested in the historic aspects of Alton.
Absolutely, and I'm really glad to have you in here in the studio. How long have you been part of the association, Terry?
When were you born?
99.
Well, before
that. Well, and Terry, take me through the importance in your mind of this association.
Well, we are the Alton is one of a subset of American cities of, a small subset of American cities of Mississippi River towns. And so we've got history of being on the, being the Wild West of the Mississippi River, Mark Twain, all that kind of stuff. So we've got a lot of history in town and feel like it's very important. I think that's why, it's a destination for tourism and for people coming into town and it's a way of promoting the town and keeping people here.
I love this. And now the tour's self-guided, correct?
Yes. I'm going to turn this over now. We can talk about the tour.
Oh, okay. And is this your forte?
Yes,
Okay,
thanks.
Yes, so the tour is coming up. It's going to be on Saturday, October 4th from noon till 5 o'clock. And so people they buy their ticket. And if you want to buy a ticket in person, you would go to Haskell Park and buy one there. And then the houses will be open all afternoon. It's self-guided. You drive yourself to each house, and there'll be a sign in front of each house. You can go in any order you want. And your ticket will be a tour booklet with a map, so you can know where to go. And it will have a history and a picture of each house. And one thing to note is there are steps at each house this year. So if steps are a problem for you, then you can you might want to come to another event we're going to be having on Saturday, October 18th at the library. It'll be a armchair tour, and it'll be a slide talk about all the houses that are going to be on the tour. I'll talk to you about that more later.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And all the houses are open from noon to 5, and you can go to whatever order you want to.
That's fantastic. And now each of the houses are going to be featured in this booklet, correct?
Yes.
And now it has a picture as well as some history?
Yes. So there'll be a page of history about the house. So as much as we can find out about when it was built, who built it, and who's owned it since then, and changes that have been made over the years. Mm-hmm. And this year we have a number of houses that were Pfeifenberger houses.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think we have just 2 this year. It might be 3. Anyway,
the Pike Mansion is going to be on, right?
Yes.
That's a Pfeifenberger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we're going to have a new house this year that was built by a man named Jacob Junn. He was a cooper who made wooden barrels, and then it was owned by the Hargis family. But the thing that's so interesting about this house, besides its history, is it's going to be in renovation. So the people just bought it, and they're working on it. So you're going to see a house in progress, and then maybe, hopefully, in a year, we'll be able to go back and see what it turned into.
That's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's we've done this, before. It's like, who knows? We don't know exactly who is coming on these tours, but if maybe they're thinking about buying an older house, and they don't know how much work it is or what you have to do, to fix up an older house. And so this is a house that's in transition. You can kind of see what the problems are and what's going to go on.
I really think this is so cool and a great opportunity to have some younger kids come inside and really get inspired to say, man, I want to live here one day, or I want to be a part of preserving this history.
Yeah, so I think a lot of times artists and people who are very hands-on like to buy these houses. And one of the houses that was bought was $16,000. It was bought recently, so that's super affordable.
Wow.
But then you got to put in the sweat equity.
I'd say so, yeah.
But you're going to have a beautiful house, and make it just the way you want. So Alton's full of those houses.
Well, fill me in on some of the more than 20 houses. There's some historic homes that are truly in here, like the Wade Drury house.
Oh, yes. That was built in 1839 by Samuel Wade. And it's a beautiful house over on Henry. Can't really give you the address yet.
That's
two-story white brick house that's got a ton of bedrooms. And it was also later earned. I'm sorry. Samuel Wade was later Alton mayor. And he was in the meatpacking business. So there's a lot of just fascinating history.
A lot of these tours have been a variety pack of houses, big houses, small houses, houses are in transition. And so, it's, and just like Alton itself, like we got the architectural history from 1830 to the present. So we got, the full range of American architecture is practically in Alton.
Wow.
Yeah, so if
this
somebody
is
wants
so
to,
cool.
It is cool.
Well, I just love this. And honestly, it's not very many towns can do this type of tour either without it being, very repetitive. And I'm sure that with the vast inventory and just Rolodex of history, and especially in the Middletown area alone, you guys have a lot of variety to really explore here.
Yes.
Gee, I hope younger people are as excited as the way you are about this, because that's a core audience we're trying to get. A lot of these tours are usually women over 65.
Well, and we just spoke about Lyman Trumbull the other day with Lacey, and I think Alton needs a Lyman Trumbull statue, and I'm going to keep pushing for that and keep pushing for it. But I know in years past his home's been a part of the tour, and it's really things like that really showcase why our area is so important too, and just some of the really notable figures that lived in our communities.
Right.
This is so cool. Now, tickets again are $10 for members.
Yes, $15 for the general public, and we have a one price for membership. It's $20 per household, so it's really affordable, And one of the things I want to say is some people have a real fascination with McPike Mansion.
Yeah.
And for the first time on our tour, the first floor is going to be open, and they have a gift shop there.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you'll also be able to go down in the vaults below. And
what are you doing October the 4th? You better go on.
I don't know if I want to go in that vault, though. I don't That'll be so cool, though. I mean, seriously, and that's a great incentive, too. Thanks for bringing that up, Ann. McPike Mansion will be open for the first time on the first floor for a while, and will be a part of your tour for the first time ever.
Yeah.
In 53 years?
That's true, yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
There's we've had a lot of firsts, that way, houses.
And if somebody volunteers to have their house on the tour, we write a really nice house history for them. Yeah, and take a good picture. And it's a wonderful way to share your home with people and meet a lot of really nice folks.
And you can preserve that and use that for if you ever do have to move or whatever, or you keep that for your own records.
Yeah.
Sometimes people find out things about their own house that they didn't know before. Too.
Oh, I bet that's kind of spooky in a way, too, in a cool way.
People come through their house and it's like, oh, I used to live down the street when I was a kid, and we used to come over here and play, and there used to be a doorway here, or something like that, and they find out new things about their own house.
That's so awesome.
And we do try to have people who have history with the house in the house, but besides the new owners, we try to find people from the neighborhood. Do we have
really cool?
Yeah. So there's a house on State Street where the Morrisseys grew up, Dr. Tom and Ed Morrissey grew up, and then also the Jake Schneider family. Jake and Charlotte Schneider raised their kids there, and 1 million people from Marquette in the 70s will know that house because it was the party house. There's a lot of stories about it. So we hope everybody comes out and has fun, and
This is so cool. Well, for more information, altonlandmarks@gmail.com is the email address, correct?
That's one way. Or you can go to altonlandmarks.org, and that's the Landmarks' own website. And you can buy tickets or join the organization, find out more about the organization.
We'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com, and really just want you guys to be out and a part of this. This is so cool. And now let me ask you, has there been a house that you guys have, I'll ask you both the question, that's been your favorite over the years?
Well, there's a house over on Liberty at the end that is looks like you're in France.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, got a slate roof, and I love that house. It's just 2-story. I don't know the name of it. Marsh House or something like that.
It was on tour a long time ago. Yeah, it was a doctor's house. I think they had a rose garden or something like it at the very end. I still drive around Alton and go through back roads and discover neat houses every once in a while. So
this is so cool. I love this. This is fantastic. And once again, it's October the 4th. Going to run from, if I can read, it starts at 11:30, correct?
Start selling tickets at 11:30 at the Playhouse, the Haskell Playhouse. So you can come there and buy a ticket, and that's the booklet is the ticket.
Gotcha. Okay, now it's all making sense now. So there's 2 ways to get tickets. You can get them online, which is, I'll take you to this website real quick since we already have it up. It's right here. This is altonlandmarks.org, and you would click on that, the house tour, and you would get your tickets, correct, online?
Buy your tickets online, and you can join the organization.
Right here, buy tickets.
Yeah.
Right there on that button.
You just did it.
There it is.
And then you can become, here, let me zoom out here. We had it zoomed in earlier for looking at something. You can add the LA member option there if you're already a member, or you can get your general admission tickets for $15 there as well. But that $10 is for the members, and you can also add a donation right there on the site as well, and Uncle Sam will love you, as you guys are a 501c3 organization. Right?
Yes.
Right. Oh, good. I wanted to make sure I said that correctly. I didn't want to get you guys into any trouble over there. With that being said, we'll link that Zeffy link so you guys can get your tickets online, and we can get more and more people a part of this. And over the years, I mean, how many are normally a part of the home tours each and every year?
Oh, in the past, when we had, if you have a big house, big fabulous house, that draws out more people. But and it's, we took a hiatus through the COVID years, and so we did drive-by tours then. But so now we're getting back into in-house tours, and so it's going to take a few years for the
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back, Daily Show on this Thursday morning. That spider web will be up here until the building falls. Have you seen that thing on the camera? It will not leave. It's been here for 2.5 years, and it's the strongest spider web I've ever seen. Coming up this weekend is my mom's favorite holiday, the Earthtones Festival. It really is. She loves it. Every year makes it a point, at least 4 or 5 hours out there.
Oh, it's wonderful.
What year are we in now?
19.
What? So the big 20's coming up right around the corner.
Yes,
all the ideas are spinning on how to make number 20 the biggest and best yet.
Well, I wish we could have a camera in the studio off commercial breaks, just so we could see. I mean, you guys are working hard this week. It's the storm before the calm.
Yes.
Pretty much, yes. This is the time where, yes, we are getting everything dialed in. We have 121 booths and exhibits this year, and we are just really excited to bring everybody down to the riverfront on Saturday.
I never asked you, how do you plot that? That's a lot of space.
And there's a big aerial map.
Yes,
little squares.
Huge aerial map. And luckily about this time of year, Sarah and I share a brain. So it works out really, really well. I mean, you've got vendors that want to stay till 6, some till 10, some need electric, others need water. So it is, after doing it for so many years, we kind of know where to put them, but there's always last minute shifts.
And that's why it's good to have experience.
Absolutely. Yeah. Things move and shift every year. We learn something new every year, and we just keep continuing to get it dialed in.
Well, and too, we just had on Flora. She was talking about the Zen Zone that's going to be there, and there's some really cool opportunities that are very interactive at the Earthtones that I think makes this event so much more unique than a lot of the other public festivals and public gatherings, because there really is that chance to grow and variety of different fields,
Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty much a blank slate.
Yeah.
This is created by the community. So we provide the platform. We have 3 different stages. We've got the main stage. Jacoby Art Center runs programming on a stage, and then we've got the big top tent, which is the Zen Zone, and all 3 are full with programming all day long.
Now, how does the Zen Zone work? Is it a group kind of takes it over for a couple of hours, or?
So yeah, there's going to be 4 actually scheduled different things on the itinerary that day. The opening ceremony is from 12 to 12:45, and that is run by Leah Sprout, who does a fantastic job. I mean, just bringing the community together. She works really
you
well
seen
with
her
Flora.
astrology columns?
Yeah, absolutely.
We want to give her. She does very good stuff with
Very
that.
talented.
She's been on the show. Wonderful.
Yeah, and then right after that, we'll have some yoga.
Really cool.
Then a dream workshop. At 3 o'clock, there's both Reiki and mini massage sessions.
cool.
Yeah, and then it's just open for everybody to come in and chill out. We always try and get there super early and put out as many comfortable places to sit and hang and yoga mats. People can feel comfortable with a lot of different fans in there and stay out of the sun.
There's not much shade down at the riverfront,
Yeah.
so we
No.
try to provide that for folks.
You
Yeah.
really do. And I mean, because there's been a few years it got pretty warm, but with the amount of tents and the amount of different like art displays and different exhibits, it really brings the temperature down a lot.
And the trees are getting bigger down
They
there
are.
finally.
They are.
And we always rent a couple of different air coolers for outside and a bunch of barrel fans. So we try and make sure that the participants walking by can be cooled as well.
This is before we go any further. Isn't there a paddle as well?
Yeah, there's a Great Mississippi River Rendezvous. They've done that for a few years now. It's basically 4 different options of where you can put in upriver and you end your float at the festival. So
That's
it's a really
awesome.
cool opportunity to engage actually with recreation on the river.
I love that group.
We should get a heads up when the majority of them are coming in so we can all walk over to the wall. And it's
Cheer 'em
amazing
on.
to see, 40
Wave
different...
at 'em as they go
yeah,
by.
all the kayaks, 40 or 50 kayaks out there all at once. It'll be amazing.
That's really cool. We were talking about that with Craig a couple of weeks ago and wanted to make sure we spotlighted that. But I getting back to this dream thing, I might need to be a part of that. That and the massage. I think that would be good. But Billy Nelson, I mean, and the list goes on from just really great bands that are going to be there. The Steely Dan experience is awesome. I've always felt like everyone's had the Tony Soprano moment in the car singing "Dirty Work," and
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We got a great response about
Yeah.
that band. I think people are really excited
Yeah.
to see Any Major Dudes.
A full horn session, backup singers. Oh, I think there's like 12 people on stage. It
No
will blow your
kidding.
mind.
But this is
Big
going to
deal.
be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta go. I'm really wanting to be there. And then Jake's Leg's going to be. They're just fantastic. That's like the staple band of bands.
Absolutely. Yep, they're in their 49th year.
Are you
They've
serious?
been playing Earthtones just about every single year we've been having this. So yeah, they're our go-to headliner.
What I think's really cool is the folks that are a part of your booths, whether it's as a vendor or even as an educational component, they seem to really shake it up each and every year too. Where there's a little bit more to it than last year. There's something completely new.
Absolutely. And we do love the different interactive art pieces that we have coming down. So Michael with Cooliverse will
He's
be
so
there,
awesome.
and he's going to have his not quite finished, but really well on its way trumpet sculpture.
That looks so cool, and they started putting trumpets on it
Yes.
too. It looks awesome.
Yep.
A work in progress.
And then there's going to be a live painter that actually is really wanting participation, so everybody can go up and add their flower.
Wow.
Bloom Where You're Planted's our theme. So the Sierra Club, we're making a loom. My boyfriend and I are never done it before. And we're using a lot of different native grasses that people will be able to weave through. So as the day goes on, you'll be able to see this huge art piece come to life.
That's really unique. And I think it's great to remind the folks, it's all tied back into conservation, correct? And really loving where we live. And we're kind of blessed out of all blessed to be right here on the Mississippi, especially at this part of the Mississippi River too. And when did you guys move down to the riverfront?
We were in Riverfront Park at the beginning and watched the amphitheater be built, and we had it there for about 10 years or so. We did move up to Broadway for a few years and did a kind of street festival style, and then we moved back down to the riverfront about 4 or 5 years ago.
That's what I thought, because the street festival, you guys really adapted well to that, and then going back down into the amphitheater really just utilized that space well. And now, how many food trucks are we going to have?
10.
Oh,
yeah.
wow, there you go. You'll be just fine. And then also, Gentleman's on Broadway is going to be providing some food as well?
Exactly. We hit up all the local restaurants first to make sure that they wanted to participate. So we've got Brown Bag Bistro, Old Bakery Beer Company, Stina Snacks. So lots of your familiar favorites from downtown will be there.
Taqueria Maya. I'll have their breakfast tacos any day of the week. Oh, my goodness.
They're amazing, aren't they?
They make the farmer's market experience for me really good one. And then the Most Sweet Treats, there's so much more to it, and we'll come back and touch on those. But now, if somebody wants to volunteer, is that opportunity still available?
We do still have a couple of shifts yet left. So if you go to DowntownAlton.com and find the event section, you'll see Mississippi Earthtones Festival, and there is a Sign Up Genius button there.
Really cool. Why don't we do this? We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back and talk more about the Mississippi Earthtones Festival. 19 years old. It can drink in 2 years. More next.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Gonna get fired if I don't get some sleep. My long lost buddies say I'm getting in too deep, but I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. I try so hard, I can't rise above it. Don't know what it is about that little gal's loving, but I like it, I love it, I want some more of it.
Times have changed. 10:46. You couldn't hear that conversation. I always said though, it'd be the best part of the show if I just, we just decided to go live
Hot
from
mics.
the commercial break. There's going to be some really cool things in here. Trinity's Way is going to be a part of the event as well. And now I wanted to ask you about the interactive environmental education activity from them and some other groups. If we could kind of just dive into that real quick and get the parents excited.
Sure.
How many booths on the kids'
Oh my
passport
gosh,
this year?
like
20 something.
I put them on the spot. I'm sorry. 23.
23
Wow.
kids.
They'll have a passport and they
activities.
go around and do all the activities at each one of those booths. And if they complete their passport, they can turn it in for a chance to win a gift certificate at Funky Planet Toys and Gifts.
They have such a cool store.
They
I
really
really
do.
do love what Sage and the group's doing over there. I just stopped by the other day and it's just so awesome. And your kids can play with the toys while they're there as well.
Yes,
Exactly. And
indeed.
they will have a booth set up down
Oh,
there as
really?
well. So, yeah, for sure.
I love it. I mean-
Trinity Way, they're going to be doing a really cool interactive, it's kind of a grip test your strength to compare the different animal bites. And I'm sorry, that's Nature Institute. That didn't make sense to me. They've got an interactive board that tests their knowledge about different your carbon footprint.
Wow.
So even just speaking with children about what they can do to have a healthier air quality. We were just talking about how bad the air quality is right now, and there really are steps that you can take to try and make it healthier with water and clean air. We'll have a bunch of booths on the river.
Well, I just love what the event's actually for, and that's really to raise awareness and educate us all about. Because it could be designed for kids, but I guarantee you 90% of the parents are going to be learning you're doing those booths as well.
Yes. Yeah, all kinds of educational things for adults as well, as far as how to make a greener home or things like that, and protect our air and water quality.
Well, and another thing too that's really important is you guys do this for free, and it's not easy to decide. Okay, there's no $10 or $5 to get in the door for the 5,000 people that would put us in the black.
Right.
You guys have to get creative, and 25% of beer sales go right back into the event. Correct?
Yes.
So
really
we have
cool.
the Old Bakery Beer Company and Gentlin's on Broadway. Those
Wow.
are our alcohol providers, and yes, they generously donate a quarter of their proceeds back to help us run the festival.
Good job, Ryan.
We're
and
very
Lauren.
committed
Wow.
to keeping this a free, family-friendly event for our
And-
community to celebrate the river.
And going along kind of with the Grateful Dead theme of Jake's Leg, Ryan Gentland does a wonderful job. He always
It gets
has
me in trouble.
the Berry Garcia, which is a refreshing drink with fresh strawberry puree. It's delicious.
It gets me in trouble.
And then Old Bakery Beer, we do a collab beer with them. So we have a West Coast IPA this year. It's called Earthtones IPA, and it is made with Kernza. And Kernza is a perennial wheat. So a perennial does not have to be replanted every year. So you're not tilling up the soil, breaking down those microbes. It doesn't take any phosphorus or nitrogen. So
Really
they're not
cool.
putting any fertilizer on there,
Yeah.
which helps our water quality. And the roots are like 12 times longer than normal wheat roots. So it's a really amazing grain that's in a bunch of different test plots all over Illinois. And that's what we'll be highlighting.
This is incredible. I do have one serious question. How long did it take to write the press release for this event?
3 pages. We couldn't leave out a bit of it, though. It's all the fine details of everything. And honestly, it's really cool to see, lots of these groups are, environmentally based anyway, but a lot of these artists and even some additional businesses, that kind of ramp up what they're doing as far as environmental goes, and they, start making new products out of upcycled or recycled or river-based materials. So it's just cool to see how creative everybody gets every year to add to what they do to become even more and more eco-friendly.
I love it. And I love the tie-in that you got, because you don't lose sight on Alton Main Street's mission, a part of this event, because as you're raising awareness for conservation efforts in the Mississippi, and that's an important component of downtown and the downtown district, you're also making sure that those businesses a part of Main Street are incorporated. And I think that's such an important thing to note. When we talk about a Main Street event, it's always affiliated within the Main Street circle.
Absolutely. Yes. Shopping small is very important for the environment. The less your materials travel to get from where they are to where you are, then the better for the environment. Less, fuel used and things like that.
Really cool. And now, what time does the event start again?
At noon.
At noon. So that means from noon to 10, you're going to have 10 hours of fun. And noon to 2 is Spilly Nelson, and then Gordo takes over 2 to 3. What's the Confluence Conservation Awards?
So that's something the Sierra Club does every year to really highlight 3 different leaders in our area that have made huge commitments to making our world better as far as the natural world goes, and the community as well. So really cool. So this year we've got 3 amazing women who are being highlighted. We work with Mississippi Mud Pottery. They actually make the awards for us. We try and keep everything very local. So Joanne Pollock of Simmons, Hanley, and Conroy will be there, accepting an award on a lot of her environmental legal challenges that she's faced over the last few years. We have Elise Ratcliffe, who is with the Army Corps of Engineers at the National Great Rivers Museum, and she has been focusing on the river for the last couple years of her employment and bringing families out in very unique ways.
Yeah.
Yes. And then we have Amy Cloud and her entire family.
She does a great job.
Yes.
She's 3 Rivers,
yep,
right?
3 Rivers
she's
Community Farm.
She does great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and then right after that, Any Major Dudes, the Steely Dan Experience, that's going to be awesome. Gordo's back from 6 to 7, Jake's Lake 7 to 10. Plus, I don't know, it's hard to kind of pinpoint one vendor or one educational opportunity. So just stop out and see them all.
Yeah, we cover every square inch of Riverfront Park, and we will keep your kids busy for hours on end, and you will also not want to leave. I mean, a lot of people do come down and have the family time. Yes. They drop the kids off with grandma or auntie, and then they come back down for the nighttime show.
Absolutely. And we have some really unique animals this year as well.
Oh, really cool. Fill me in.
So kind of towards the back section closest to the river, we will have the Principia Solar Car. They'll be there from 12 to 5.
Okay.
So if you're wanting to check that out, that's the time frame to make sure you're there. 12 to 6, we have the legendary Mustangs, the horses.
Okay.
And a bunch of information about them. They'll have their handlers with them.
And they need help right now. Their hay storage facility within their building, it caught fire at the house.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so we had a story, an article for their GoFundMe. If you guys can support them, and Kathy, they do a lot of wonderful things, so go ahead and support them. That's on RiverBender.com.
Great. And from 2 to 4, both Treehouse Wildlife Center and World Bird Sanctuary will have an eagle and a bunch of other critters that are local to this ecosystem.
I love it. This is so cool. I don't know how we continuously find 25 minutes to talk about this event, but whenever you have hundreds of different things to do for 10 hours, it's pretty easy. Anything else before we say goodbye for now?
We want to thank all of our sponsors.
Oh, yeah, that's an important thing, too.
Yeah, we really could not do that without them. Besides the 25% commission from the beer and alcohol sales, we depend on our sponsorships.
Mm-hmm.
We have many that are giving at a $500 and $1,000 level. We'd love to see that increase, especially for our 20th.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they get plenty of advertising space. And,
yes, they do.
Get in front of the perfect crowd. If you have something that you would like to highlight that is earth-friendly about your business, this is the crowd of thousands of people that you can get that in front of.
Yes, we won't ramble all their names off right now, but we do have that posted prominently on most all of our social medias and our AltonDowntown.com.
I got you covered. Sierra Club, Jacoby Arts Center, City of Alton, Village of Godfrey, Old Bakery, American Water, Simmons, Hanley, and Conroy, Coolaverse, Madison County Building and Zoning, Autobahn, Heartlands, Revity Credit, Union Taqueria, Maya, Jacob, Sunroom, and they keep adding to theirs, so I can't keep adding all their additions. Imperial, Midwest Members, CEF, CU. Which one's that?
Citizens Equity First Credit
Union. Okay, perfect. I always forget their abbreviation. First Mid Bank and Trust, Elementals, Legit, Riverbender, the Big Z, the Telegraph, Advantage, Cairo 1. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks, CJ.
We'll see
Appreciate your
everybody on
help.
this Saturday.
I need to catch up my breath. We'll be back with more after this.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Then that time I went and said goodbye. Now I'm back and not ashamed to cry. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Here I am, baby. Oh, you got my future in your hands.
Back. Daily Show, 10:57. Hey, while I have you, we're wrapping up this Thursday morning, and I'm ready for a nap, man. Long couple of days. With that being said, there's not really much to fill you in on other than this. Out of Alton. And let's end on some positive news today. I'm just tired of all this negativity. Community members can support the Episcopal Parish of Alton's Pet Food Pantry through their Dogs for Paws event from 2 to 4 p.m. on October the 5th. That's a Sunday. Why is my hair looking like that? The Episcopal Parish of Alton will host the event in their garden at St. Paul's Episcopal Church at 10 East 3rd Street. Pets can receive vaccines and blessings while their owners enjoy a silent auction. This is super cool. Hot dogs will be available, live music, and more fun. The event aims to raise funds and awareness for the parish's pet food pantry, which serves over 100 animals every month. It's incredible. I didn't know that. The Episcopal Parish started the pet food pantry in 2022 from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. on the first Sunday of every month. You can come to the church and receive a month's worth of pet food. They serve over 40 families every month, or between 100 to 200 pets. Wow. Father Daniels noted the pantry was doing really good work when he arrived at the parish, but that need was growing. He worked with a few committee members, including Mimi Almenroder, to create the Dogs for Paws event last year to raise money for that pantry. The Dogs for... And Father Guerin, just wonderful. He's been on the show a few times. The Dog for Paws event is sponsored by Madison County Animal Control and Care, Trinity's Way, Petco, and Great Rivers Animal Hospital, which will be providing vaccines. Father Daniels will perform pet blessings. The parish asks that your pets be leashed or in a crate. Almenroder shared that the community donates regularly to the pet food pantry. She also thanked Petco for providing them with bags of food. And make sure you're able to stop by and see them Sunday, October the 5th from 2 to 4 p.m. More information can be found on the official website, episcopalalton.com, or the official Episcopal Parish of Alton Facebook page. Out of time, we are heading into Friday, and boy, my boy, I could not be happier. Thanks to all the hundreds of thousands of you that tune in each and every month. Great to see you today, or tomorrow, or next week when you watch this on demand. Until we talk again tomorrow, try your best to stay out of jail, my friends.